Took me long enough to finally do this video, but I'm ready for it. Okay, I got you. Today we're gonna review the K3M adapter and why it is the best thing I have ever purchased for my Sony camera. So here it is. This is I ain't gonna lie, I just want to show y'all my rig because I took a little time into this. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, probably gonna be a thumbnail, but here it is. This is the K3M adapter, like hooked up to everything, right? And I even actually got like a special handle specifically for the K3M adapter, but let me take it off so we can kind of like dive deeper into it. Also, if you all want to see a video of my rig specifically, let me know, drop a comment down below. I'll do a video about that. All right, so I will say this. If you are any type of documentary shooter, this is something you definitely want to buy. If you do professional interviews or sit down talking headshots, this is definitely something you want to buy. Now, if you're shooting weddings, no, you don't need to buy this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not for that. But for professional work, interview work, documentary work, this is a must buy. So prime example, I was actually doing a project for a company called K3M Media, and they wanted me to have a Canon C7Siii specifically because it had XLR inputs. I was like, you know, I got mics, mics that do 32-bit float and all that. And it was like, yeah, that's cool and all, but we need that. So, and I will be honest, like there is definitely a difference between regular audio, it's essentially like the shotgun audio, and then like the K3M audio. So I guess the best way to do that is to kind of give you an example. So right now we are using a Deity D4 Pro, right? Regular shotgun mic. This is the audio coming from that. Now we're about to switch mics. And this is the audio coming from the K3M adapter. Mic check, mic check. Pretty sure it sounds phenomenal.
Hi, I'm me.
That's so ignorant.
I'm a model, creative director, a hairstylist. I don't know what else to list. I'm also a show creator. Yeah, I have a show coming out. Yeah, work with my husband on that. Can you work with your husband on that? I'm just kidding. The show's gonna be great. It's gonna be about hair, of course, because you know that was my first love in the career field. And the show's
Cut.
Gonna keep going. Hello. As I was saying before, the show is going to be about the hair care experience, you know, taking you to places that do hair and showing you things you want to see. That's all I got for you. Can't share too much because you know there are thieves out here. Yeah.
So as you all can see, there is like an actual audio difference between like a regular shotgun mic and like a K3M adapter. And that's because of the essentially the higher quality in which it's shooting in, right? So it's shooting in 48 kilohertz, 24-bit audio, right? Uncompressed audio. Granted, it still compresses, not raw audio, but you get what I'm saying. And on top of that, instead of like you sitting here plugging into like, you know, a port here on your camera, you actually go ahead and plug it right to your, obviously you all should know this, but like you plug it to right here to your hot shoe because it's electronic, it's digital professional audio essentially. Now let's get into some of the dope things that this thing has and why I highly recommend it. Number one, the K3M, unlike the FX3 or the FX6, it actually comes with a shotgun mic. Now this thing is $600, but it's worth every penny. So number one, I'm gonna talk about how you can sit there and have essentially like a lot of backup audio recording with one mic, and with something you can't do with like a regular standard shotgun mic, right? So with the K3M adapter, even though you have one mic plugged in, there's actually a switch here, right? So you can leave it to input one, but with input one, you can actually have it recording to two different channels, right? So you can have one set to a higher gain, you can have one set to a lower gain. So you can have one pretty much like the standard, okay, this is pretty good. You can have one for a backup, like, okay, I want to set this lower. So I want to make sure that I don't clip or anything like that. So you have a safety track. Again, after you start to kind of do like more professional work, audio is king, right? People can forgive crappy footage, but they would not forgive bad audio. So having a safety track like that, essentially just from having this one essential accessory, that's pretty dope to have. Then on top of that, right, if you have a road riders go to like I do, you can actually plug this in to input 3, right? There's the input for that there. So once you plug that into input 3, you can actually have this going to channel 3 and 4 if you wanted to, if you got like 2 mics. And then you can also still have your shotgun mic here, and you actually can still control the audio of that of your K3M, of your Rode Wireless Go 2 right here with this input. All right, editor shine here. I just wanted to kind of show you all essentially like a close-up of what I was talking about with the dual audio. So as you can see, I'm getting waves, right? Now, if I touch up here, if I touch the mic, you will see that I'm getting a different channel. But because I have 4-channel audio on here, I'm using a Rode Wireless Go 2, the transmitter 2, and that's how you're getting audio coming in from channel 4. And what's great about this is like when you actually get the A7S3, well, once you get the K3M adapter, you actually get different audio monitoring features. So like right now, I have my audio coming in channel 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. So channels 1 and 3 are coming through the left ear, channel 2 and 4 is coming through the right ear. So if you actually want to monitor how your audio is being recorded from the Rode Wireless Go 2, would say something like your shotgun mic on top of the actual camera itself, you can do that. Like Sony actually really thought this out pretty well. So not only you can have professional audio coming here, then you can also have like, your boom mic coming to input 2 here. And then on top of that, you have input 3 if they have a live on. And all this is going directly into your camera. You don't need an external recorder or anything like that. Even though I would always recommend a 32-bit float recorder if you can. But like just for backup, you just still want some great audio coming to your camera just for a safety check, if you will. Like this here encompasses all of that. And what's dope is just having the separate controls, like for example, like the attenuator here, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there. And I'm pretty sure it's called like an attenuator. But like Sony recommends that you leave it at 10 decibels essentially, right? And come on, focus. Sony recommends that you leave it at 10 decibels, and that's pretty much just so you can control like the ambient noise in the room. So if you have like a low sensitive mic, you can essentially add gain to it, or shorten the gain of it rather, so it's not picking up things like a TV or like an air conditioning, but you also have a low pass filter for that as well. So again, and this also does phantom power. I mean, like, yo, for $600, it's kind of taxi, but you get a lot from it, right? And also, if you want to sit there and have your channels either linked together or auto gain, you control all that through the dial right here as well. I never use stuff on auto, I always use manual. But remember how I was telling you can have separate audio tracks for the same one mic? Well, that's what this is for. Instead of you leaving it on link, you leave it on like manual essentially, and you can sit there and have 2 different audio tracks with the same mic. Clutch, it's so clutch, B. Now also too, if you sitting there, if you have, like if you're recording something at a concert or something like that, and you have an XLR cable going directly to the speaker, coming directly to your camera, you don't want to leave it on mic level, right? Some people kind of actually confuse that a lot. And they probably don't understand, like, man, why is my audio coming in so high? So you actually have to change that from mic level to line level. And that's actually built in here as well. Like the K3M to me is a very well thought out product. It has everything that you need. And it gives you like a lot of backup safety features. So this, and on top of that, it actually makes you a little bit more, I guess you could say, I don't want to say noteworthy, but it makes you more inclined to kind of get jobs that require these things without you having an actual full cinema camera. Or like you're gonna be like I did and actually build you a cinema rig, right? You build you a cinema rig, and then you just sit there and you pop that on. Your camera has now become an official cinema camera, just from that shotgun audio attachment itself. So let's see, let me make sure I went over everything for you all to make sure I tell you why I'm recommending this product. We went over the fact that you can have multiple channels of audio because with this piece, you can actually have 4 channels of audio. With the K3M adapter, when we went over that, well, we just went over it now. So if we didn't go, we went over it now. You can record either at line level, mic level, or phantom power. You can actually plug your Rode Wireless Go 2 or your Rode Wireless Go into the K3M adapter, so you can still have audio going through that, and you can actually control the gain of that within the K3M adapter. You can have safety tracks, and you can have professional audio going directly into your camera. For $600, you're able to get something like that, and for the jobs that you're charging, like, it essentially pays for itself. And I almost forgot something very, very important, in which why I recommend the K3M adapter over something like the FX3 handle or the FX6 handle, and that's versatility. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, let's say you strip down your camera, right? And let's just say this monitor here is in your way or anything like that, and you actually need to repurpose your K3M adapter because you either need it to fit, your rig is kind of blocking something, or whatever the case is. You just need to still keep professional audio, but you need to move it somewhere. Sony thought about that. So what they did was they gave you an extension cable, which I just thought was like, because there's definitely been plenty of times where I needed to put something on top of my camera or with something in the way. And this is before I got the top handle. They send you an extension cable or a repurposed cable, right? So what you would do is, let's go ahead and just move this out the way. You would take this cable, right, because it has the same ends, put it on the hot shoe of your actual Sony body, tighten it down like you're doing anything else. And then like here, let's say if you have a side handle, like we do here, you can just sit there and pop that in there, tighten that down. Well, you got it the opposite way, but tighten that down. And it actually has a built-in port. So let me see, make sure you all can see that. It actually has connectors in this as well for you to plug your K3M adapter into it. So let's say, you know what, man, I don't want my K3M adapter here because I just want to, for whatever reason, I want to look straight. I want to see what I'm doing. I want to make sure everything's lined up and I don't want my shotgun mic in the way. Now you can still have that same setup and actually have your handle, or actually have your K3M adapter on your handle. And if you want to move it for whatever reason, you need to talk to the camera real quick. Hey, y'all, I'm killing this review. You put it back down and you good to go. So the fact that, you know, unlike the FX3 or the FX6, where essentially if you need to remove or anything like that, you just essentially will have to lose the audio because that audio handle has to stay attached to that camera. But for the A7S3, it actually, if you buy a K3M adapter separately, if you will, right? If you buy a K3M adapter, you can actually get more functionality out of the K3M adapter than you do with any other Sony top handle that comes with any more of that expensive cinema lines. So for me, the K3M adapter is like, yo, it was a no-brainer. Be like, once I started seeing jobs that was willing to pay me like $2,000 and up just to come out and shoot something, but that doesn't need to kind of have that professional accessory, it was a no-brainer. So let's just say off of one job, it's like, hey, we need to make sure we have XLR audio and I didn't have a recorder or for whatever reason, or if they needed to be on board on camera. I paid $600 for a K3M adapter and I made $2,000 off the job. I still made $1,400, and this would now actually, you know, the next time I got a job like that, it's just extra money coming straight to my pocket. So I would definitely link this down in the description below. Yo, check it out for sure. If you are a professional and you need good, clean audio, look no further than the K3M adapter. It's your boy Sean B, and I'm out, man. Deuces.